My name is Robert Behan and I teach history and politics at NewVIc Sixth Form College. Politics course at NewVic is really interesting and really exciting. There are a range of different political areas which you study in the course. First one is about UK politics, where we look at how politics affects you and areas of politics that you would most be involved in. So this is things like how democracy works in the UK, how elections take place and how we participate in elections. We look at things like pressure groups and campaign groups that ordinary everyday citizens get involved in. We also look at the issue of voting behaviour as well and look at how citizens vote and what factors account for different changes in voting behaviour. In the second unit, we look at UK government and how the actual political system in this country works. So we look at the Constitution, what laws make up the Constitution, things like the Human Rights Act and things like the House of Lords and the relationship between House of Lords and House of Commons. We look at Parliament itself and how Parliament is constructed and what kinds of things Parliament does. We look at the office of the Prime Minister, what are the powers of the Prime Minister, and how the different Prime Ministers from Margaret Thatcher, Tony Blair, David Cameron, all the way up to Keir Starmer have used the office to introduce new laws and shape the country in their kind of vision. We also look at the relationship between these different branches of government and also look at the Supreme Court and the role of the Supreme Court in our political system, challenging government laws or government decisions. We also look at political ideology. So we look at political ideas and how political ideas have influenced our political system. Main three political ideas we look at are conservatism, liberalism and socialism, broadly speaking the ones which fit across the left to right of the political spectrum. We also do an additional ideology. We look at women's rights and we look at feminism and questions of women's equality in today's society. In the second year, we also study global politics, and that's a really, really interesting and really, really unique offer. Most centres across the country look at US politics, but a few centres, including NewVic, look at global politics. We look at how power is used by big powers like the United States or Russia or China, and what kind of conflicts are going on between these countries. We look at issues of globalisation and how the world is becoming more interconnected in political sense and an economic sense. We also look at big global institutions like the United Nations or the International Monetary Fund and their impact on global politics. We also look at the final aspects and final area that we look at is human rights and the environment, which is an ever kind of changing area within global politics and an area of increasing importance for citizens globally. So studying politics could lead to a whole range of different career opportunities and career pathways. There's obviously opportunities in government and looking at different government departments, and you could work for the Department for Education or the Treasury or any civil service area would be well equipped for a government and politics degree or politics A-level. You could also be getting a job within law. There are lots of students who study politics at A-level. They then go on to a kind of law pathway. You could study politics at university and then do a law transfer degree where you would be studying law at a later stage. Having politics behind you would give you really, really good backgrounds and really good foundation into studying law. There's a whole range of different companies, private sector companies who are interested in doing research, different parts of the world or research on government policy. And this would be really, really good foundation. Studying politics would be a really, really good foundation for going into some of those areas later. So some of the skills which you would learn studying politics would be critical understanding and critical evaluation of the world around you. Really, really important to be studying, researching things which are going on around the world at the moment and in this country too. So you get good skills in terms of looking at political events and current affairs, good understanding of media, and of course from that comes a good understanding of perspective. What are the different perspectives in terms of politics, in terms of media, and how we're looking at and interpreting the global events or events in this country which are going on around us. Get good understanding regarding reading texts and understanding political arguments. You get good critical knowledge, critical evaluation of ideas as well, so thinking about different perspectives in ideas. A whole range of different critical understanding which you would be getting from studying politics.